Don, you're down 3-1 after the first period of that game, but it just seemed a completely different kind of game than last night. You had energy, your offense was moving a little. What was the mindset, in that first intermission, down two?
Yeah, we had the energy. You asked me the other night what makes us. How would I know we're going to play well? And I told you I believe in our guys, and you saw that tonight. They competed to a better level. They knew they didn't play well the other day, and they dialed into a game plan. The game plan that was laid out for them, they dialed in. They could see a way that they could come back, a way they could win, and you could see the conviction they played with, and that was nice all around. Nice.
How much did you sense that your forwards were making elite plays all over? Peterka gets 2 goals, Quinn with the pass, Robinson with the pass, Tuck with the number of shots he had. A lot of guys were just making plays.
Yeah, and for us, it's all of that is about the psyche. We talked about that today. You have this type of pressure, you have negative results, and you feel vulnerable, and then you got to deal with vulnerabilities. But you're in charge of the psyche, and we needed to have that in order tonight. So to fall behind 3-1, I could tell on the bench the psyche was still real good, real strong, and the conviction was still there. So all of that was really nice to see when you take it in the context of a very disappointing game the other night.
And what about the psyche of Devin? He gives up 3 goals in the first. I think it was 6 shots, and that was it for the night.
Yeah, that's a delicate situation. You're standing behind the bench as a coach because there's so many components into it. Obviously, the game itself, and are you in jeopardy of winning or not winning the game? Do you feel you need to change momentum? I didn't feel we needed to change momentum from our bench. Our guys were, like I said, felt dialed in. The importance of the win, and then you factor in, what is this going to do for a young goaltender if you pull him out of there, but what is it going to do for a young goaltender if you leave him in there and you have success? And so you're weighing all those things, and obviously the selection or the decision was what it was, and he rebounded well, and this is a big game for him. This was a big experience for him in a building like that, in a situation of Hoopie's been playing extremely well. And again, we talk about the psyche. It has to be strong. And you fall down like that, and you finally get the net after what's been a long break, and that happens. And where our team was the other night, a lot of that, if you can come back from that, that's a big one. And I didn't want to obviously take that from him.
And did you sense that he flushed it? I mean, he came out in the second period, and the first period was flushed?
He did. And again, I think it's, you feed off of each other. And the 20 guys in there, you can tell, as you could tell the other night, we were in one. And even you and I discussed after it, you're on the bench and you're in one, and you're trying to do anything you can. Tonight, you knew the energy level was high, the focus was laser, and they stayed on it.
Can you talk about how this game was more controlled than last night? Last night there was a lot of emotion, particularly at the end of the game. And this game, everything seemed to be more useful, directed towards the net.
Yeah, again, another level of compete and determination. We were as disappointed as anybody. Mike asked me after the game the other night. I said, I know they'll play better because I know the group. I believe in them. And so yes, the game plan that laid out, we challenge our guys. Every coach in the league does. Hit the repeat button on it, and you have to do that every night. And I think our guys recognized, early in that game, even though we fell down, there are certain things that they're doing that are effective that they believed in, and that's all you need. You need to believe.
JJ had the 3 points, but he also drew 3 penalties. What was he doing that allowed him to impact the game the way he did?
Everything we said, just competing better, period. So the base, but with determination, wanted to score, hungry to score, willing to shoot pucks, willing to go to the net, those sorts of things. So, but it starts with the desire to compete.
You had 38 shots on goal and 70-some attempts. I mean, how much you guys competed more, but the combinations seemed to give guys some energy too.
They did. We lost Zemgus early. We lost Cuzzy for quite a while in the middle of the game, and so you're mixing lines up. And last night it was hard to mix lines up. Guys weren't going. You're trying different combinations, but tonight with guys going, that was no issue. Anybody that I played with anybody was pretty effective because of the energy level.
And any report on Jorgensen or Samuelson?
We'll know an update tomorrow on both those players, so no report at this point.
First time this season you won when trailing by 2 or more at the end of the first. How big of a win is this for the rest of the season?
Well, I don't know about the rest of the season, but it was big tonight. I mean, obviously, and again, I mentioned it 5 times already. The psyche, so that's big. You know, we had a very disappointing game. You fall behind, and you're able to overcome. And we've played tight. We've played nervous at times through the season, and this was big in that manner because we didn't do that. Obviously, it didn't bother us. So big one for that reason.
How much just simply you're looking at Devin, like you said, it was an important game for him, but he may have to, ride the shuttle a little bit to get his starts in. And he said in there, he just wants to be where his feet is no matter where they are. How important is that he's able to process that?
It's extremely important that he, again, it's a tough one because you're saying you have decisions to make in split second, and you're thinking, Jesus, if he can pull through this adversity, experience in life, development in hockey, it's dealing with adversity. I mean, facing adversity, that's what makes you better, having that hindsight. So this was big for that reason, and I'm obviously glad it turned out the way it did.